Yeah, good morning guys. What happened to our friends in the Philippines? Up on the screen guys, our tilapia future. A video that was uploaded by Bossog himself yesterday. And you will notice he doesn't say tilapia failure. His narcissistic personality will not allow that. However, it is the end. So why he titled that video Our Tilapia Future is anyone's guess. It's Bossog's way of not admitting defeat, not admitting failure. So, our tilapia future, the end of foreigner farming in the Philippines. Very shortly guys, we're going to be playing you some clips. And if you were to go across to this video that he uploaded, quite a long video, he waffles on behind that camera and tries to bamboozle his supporters with his technic talk, I like to call it. He talks technical and yet he knows nothing. He failed. So guys, we've kept the best bits and we're going to play you the best bits. So I want you to listen to this first clip. Listen to the failure, the brain surgeon.
Hello everyone, welcome to Foreign Farming in the Philippines. So to be clear on what we're going to be doing here moving forward, and we're going to begin draining Pond 3, which will be formerly known as Pond 3, and using the water for irrigation, probably in about a week. It kind of depends on the rain. Week, 10 days, somewhere in there, we'll need to do an irrigation. And what we're eventually going to do is Pond 3 is going to become a field just like Pond 4, feet deeper. And so at some point moving forward, that's what we're going to do. We're going to deepen Pond 1. Pond 2 for right now is just going to be, and probably for a while in the future, it's just going to be a personal use pond. When we need to restock the for sale tank up by the house, we'll throw the cast net in, we'll get 10 or 15 kilos and just move them that way.
So there you are guys, he's just getting himself warmed up till he breaks the news. Pond 3 is going to be drained, and that is now going to become the same as Pond 4. It's going to become a veg field. So you can see the pattern here, that the tilapia is being tailed back. He also said in that clip that Pond 2 is just going to be personal use, as in the fish out of there, they're going to eat them around the Bohovel, and anything they sell tilapia wise will come out the breeding tanks. Now he doesn't exactly tell you that he's failed, however there is more guys, so listen to this next clip.
Pond 1, at some point, we're going to intensely raise tilapia in there, but it has to be deeper, and we have to have our solar system beefed up quite a bit, and that's going to take a while. So probably 6 months or so, we'll begin deepening the water for Pond 1, and you know, as time goes and we build up the solar system, then we'll begin to intensely raise the tilapia in there again.
So you heard it guys, they're only going to be left with pond 1. And pond 1, he said, is not deep enough. So they need to make it deeper, and we're going to intensely grow tilapia in that pond. However, he said, we need the solar to be beefed up, the power to be beefed up to achieve what we want to achieve. But this is not going to happen for another 6 months. And there is the clue, if you needed a clue, that the tilapia business is a complete and utter failure. There will be no more tilapia harvests. The only tilapia that will be sold is out of the breeding tanks. His tilapia business has failed. Well guys, I want you to listen to this next clip, because this just about sums up the businessman that the brain surgeon really is. Take a listen to this.
We went there. I wasn't doing a lot of narration, but for now we're not going to be feeding the fish any commercial feed. You know, we made, it was within 2 or 3% of net profit, it being a little bit better by feeding them commercial feed, but it was so close as I kind of anticipated it would be. The net return was you know, a toss of a coin on what we got out of pond 3 versus the profit we would have gotten if we'd been feeding them. And that, coupled with the fact that I don't have to go down 2 or 3 times a day and spend an hour every day feeding them, it makes it a win to me to not be feeding them. It's too low. So that's the way we're going to be doing it. It's probably going to be a long, long time before we do a tilapia harvest again.
And there you have it, guys. In that clip there, he was trying to tell you in his narrative that there was no difference in profit when he fed them commercial feed or banana leaves. 2 or 3%. It was more better banana leaves. Now, I find that quite difficult to believe. I find that very hard to believe, Brian, that you about 6 months ago told the world, finally, we have something we can make a profit on. And you built those tanks, you dug those ponds out, and you were flying, you said. Everything was great. And here you are, 6 months later, you've never made any profit according to you. It's a total failure. You're giving up on the tilapia. It's a win-win, you said, that I don't have to go down there, walk down there and feed them 4 times a day for an hour a day. That's because you're born idle and you don't want to do any work. But you haven't got the budget, is what you're saying, to feed those fish. You have not got into that tilapia business with a plan in place. We've said this for months. You've never had a business plan in place. You should have worked out how much it would cost to dig those holes that you fill with water. You should have worked out the cost of buying fingerlings and also feeding them to a selling weight. But you didn't. You dug a hole, you filled it with water, and you threw the fish in there. You're a total and utter failure. And his last words, guys, it'll be a long, long time before we do a tilapia harvest. So what we predicted some months ago has come to fruition. The tilapia business has totally collapsed. There's no money coming in from tilapia. He's put all his eggs in one basket now, and he's gone all out for veg. We predicted the veg would fail, and the blight is in there. The blight's in the veg field. He's pointed that out in a video today, yet he's still ploughing on with it. So the question is this, Brian, this is what we want to know. Where do you go to next? What is the next project? Because let's just say this. Let's just say, okay, you may grow a lot of veg. Do you think the local farmers on the island of Bohovel, the local vegetable sellers on the island of Bohovel, are going to allow a foreigner to outdo them, to take their living away from them, to flood the market with veg? No, they're not. They're not going to be happy. But I doubt it'll ever come to that. That veg project will fail. And there you are, guys. That's our prediction. As we predicted with the tilapia, the lump of lard up on the screen, the brain surgeon from the Bohovel fails again. Surprise, surprise. Till the next time, guys. Bye for now.